In a world where fame and performance go hand in hand, taking failures and victories in a positive manner is kind of an art. Strategies for your next performance from your victory and taking notes from your failure and criticism are the steps to go ahead. Tony Stewart, a racing icon with a legendary career, has often found himself in the spotlight, not just for his triumphs on the track, but also for his fiery personality. The three-time NASCAR Cup Series champion is no stranger to controversy, and when it comes to critics, Stewart is known for his relevant and unapologetic responses. Again, we find Stewart surrounded by the critics and answering them. Does criticism bother Stewart? Let's find out in the next few minutes. Tony Stewart, known for his strong and assertive personality, has often equipped himself with criticism. Earlier this month, when an official announcement via his Twitter handler came to light stating that Superstar Racing Experience, or SRX, for 2024 has been postponed, crushed the hope and expectations of the fans, inviting a lot of criticism for Stewart. Postponing SRX comes after Stewart sold his All-Star Sprint Car Series, and the NASCAR icon focuses his efforts on moving up to Top Fuel to start something new and starting a family. In some fans' opinion, this can be an early sign that Tony is planning to focus on other things and add some new things to the list. Stewart doesn't feel like doing the stock cars. Stock cars aren't what he wants to do anymore. There's a group of folks who think that stewart-haas racing can be the next on his list. The very next day, after the announcement, Stewart shared words with the public that said, "My life's taken twists and turns, and you just start writing everything on a piece of paper of what you're doing. It's like, well, I don't have any more room on my plate. And 2 NHRA drag racing teams on top of that. So at some point you go, I've got to start taking stress out of my life. I don't have time for all of this." The Stewart-Haas Racing, or SHR team, is one of the teams that is receiving the most attention from the audience as the 2024 NASCAR season begins to get underway. Additionally, SHR is one of the larger teams that will be introducing new improvements this year. There are 2 drivers that are new to the team out of the total of 4 players there. Josh Berry and Kevin Harvick, who is now retired, take over for Eric Almirola, while Noah Gragson takes over for him. Eric Almirola is stepping away from further competition now that he's retired. The drivers are not the only ones who are affected by the performance pressure. The entire team is also focused on the aim. The team has been participating in the NASCAR Cup Series for 15 years, and the previous season was the first time that they were labeled an underdog. This was the first time that they had ever been considered an underdog, except for Cole Custer, who won 6 races for the team and the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship for the first time. The only star who was seen competing for the team in NASCAR was Custer. Custer was the only one who was seen battling for the team. It is possible that the lack of performance might be linked to a general lack of performance across the board, despite the fact that a variety of ideas have been suggested to explain the lack of success that the NASCAR Cup teams have had. One of the things that keeps the sponsors interested is their performance graph, which might also be fascinating to other sponsored organizations. Regarding Stewart-Haas Racing, which was forced to part ways with 8 Cup Series sponsors at the conclusion of the year 2023. Among these were Rheem and Smithfield, as well as Busch Light, Gear Wrench, Go Bowling, Hunt Brothers Pizza, Magical Vacation Planner, and Pristine Auction. Both Busch and Smithfield were significant sponsors of the team from the beginning. The sponsorship struggle, however, is not without its twists and turns. Despite the fact that the team is still in the same position with 25 sponsors, some supporters are using the fact that SHR sponsors have left to promote the illusion that the sky is falling. This is happening despite the fact that the sponsorship situation has not changed. Recently, SHR made the announcement that Cole Custer will be working with a new partner in the Xfinity Series. Choosing Andy's Frozen Custard as your companion is the best option for this new relationship. MoneyGram is the primary sponsor of the Haas Formula One team, which is presently competing in the Formula One Championship. There are a total of 14 sponsors for the team, and as of this week, each and every one of them is still linked with the team. Many people believe that auto racing is a sport that is unpredictable. It's possible for a team to have a poor performance during one season, but then the very next year the squad may be performing exceptionally well. Sponsors are well aware of the nature of the sport that they're supporting. There's a significant amount of speed variation on the roller coaster. At SHR, the majority of sponsors are putting in a lot of effort, while others are just on board to be on board. A great deal of emphasis is being placed on Stewart-Haas Racing for the next year. However, there is little doubt that the team has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that the previous season will be the only one in their history that they've not won a single game. And that has the potential to yield substantial returns for all of their sponsors. However, the air still remains unclear, as on the conference after the announcement of SRX postponed, when one fan, while questioning Stewart, ended up saying, "I read something after our SRX announcement yesterday. Some know-it-all on the internet said, well, that's it. SHR's over. Shut the doors down now. I don't make calls on the car anyway." Stewart ends up saying, "So people who have that mindset are dumbasses. They're idiots. They don't know what they're talking about," which makes it clear that Stewart does not have the time nor the mindset to clear this internet war. Critics don't fully stop their views. Listening to SRX postponed, new critics dig deeper into the state of recalling Paul Tracy, who was suspended last from the series after he was seen as engaging in a controversial sinking at Pulaski County Motorsports. "Damn it, Paul Tracy, look what you did." Some of the views given by fans who enjoyed the SRX series. While some things have to take a clear path for now, Stewart still has a lot to worry about considering his 4 full-time Cup Series teams, 2 Xfinity Series teams, and then all of his drag racing and sprint car teams. So it's practical why Stewart is scaling down a bit as he prepares for the 2024 NHRA season. However, he has to get used to top fuel car. It's a rise he wasn't planning on, and the situation changes as his wife is ready to start a family. Some consider this too as a reason. Throughout his career, Stewart has welcomed the hurdles and also has marked victory on those. He's risen to the tops of IndyCar, NASCAR, etc., and turned out as the legendary and most talented driver in all the decade. Though Stewart is at a low phase, he still possesses the passion and the fire inside. It's somewhat made clear that he does not like the people's interference in his business, and especially doesn't entertain any kind of statements which are made by the critics who have no or zero knowledge about it. For now, let's just appreciate the fact that all the smoke in the air doesn't hold any conclusion and will not in future for the sports. Tony Stewart will as likely always have his hand in racing, and this year he faces new tasks and will face adversity. Tony Stewart's fury at critics is a testament to his passion for racing and his unwillingness to accept unwarranted criticism, whether it's clashing with the media, engaging in social media outbursts, or defending his team and personal choices. Stewart's passionate approach has become an integral part of his legacy. Love him or criticize him, one thing is certain: Tony Stewart will always race to the beat of his own drum, unapologetically and fiercely. So, what's your opinion on it? Do tell us in the comments, and also subscribe to our channel for more of the latest NASCAR updates.